Hello, I am currently sitting in a 2025 Toyota Crown Signia Limited, and I'm going to run through all the buttons for you. If you find this video helpful, please hit that subscribe button. Thank you. Starting in the middle, this vehicle does have an electronic shifter. So if you push it over to the left and then up to reverse, it will bring up the backup camera and the 360 camera so you can see all the way around the vehicle. If you go straight over to the left, it'll put it in neutral. And if you pull down, it'll go into drive. Once you're in drive, you can go straight down to put it into the manual shift mode. Then when you want to put it in park, you just hit the P button right here. This vehicle does have electronic parking brake, so every time you put it in park, it automatically engages the parking brake. And when you take it out of park, it automatically disengages. This vehicle does have a hold function, so if you activate this, you'll see a green hold light in the bottom right corner of the dash. Then if you put the vehicle in drive, you'll see an orange one next to it. You can actually take your foot off the brake while this is active and the vehicle won't go anywhere. So say you're sitting in a drive-thru and you get tired of holding your foot on the brake, it'll hold it for you, and then when you tap the gas pedal, it will release, move forward a spot, and then push down hard again to activate. Below that, you have EV mode, which stands for electric vehicle mode. Since this is a hybrid, if you have a fully charged hybrid battery, you can activate this and you can do a short, low-speed trip in full electric. Over here, you can turn off your traction control. And then here you've got some drive modes. You can rock it back and forth. And on the dash, you can go between Eco, Normal, Sport, and Custom. Eco is going to try to make it as fuel efficient as possible. Normal is for normal driving, and then Sport is going to try to give you all the power that it can. In front of the shifter, you've got a 360-degree camera. So if you push that, it'll give you a walk around the vehicle. And then in front of that, you have a wireless phone charger. In front of the shifter, you have the start button for the vehicle. Then this one does have heated and cooled seats, so you can do auto, high, medium, low, and off for the heated seat. And then you can do auto, high, medium, low, and off for the cooled seat. Then the passenger seats are right over there. You do have a heated steering wheel, which can do auto, high, low, and off as well. This right here will do front window defrost, so it'll blow all the air up on the front windshield. This will de-ice the back window and the side mirrors. This will turn off the climate control. This will change the driver's side temperature. Here you can do your fan speeds up and down. Right here is where you can change where you want the vents to blow. This is the passenger side temperature. If you push the sync button, it'll do whatever the driver's side does on both sides. Then you have recirculate, on and off, AC on and off. Up here you have the auto function, which is like a thermostat for your vehicle. So if it's on auto 70 and it's hot out, it'll cool it down to 70. And if it's cold out, it'll heat it up to 70. And then over here, this will actually do direct air to occupied front seats. So if there's just one person in the vehicle, it'll actually just focus on the driver's side vents. And then if there's two people up front, it'll do all the front vents. On the top left corner of the radio, you have your cloud navigation. You do have to have an active subscription for this, and then you'll have built-in maps on the radio. Otherwise, you can do your wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and use your phone's navigation on the screen for free. Then you have the music symbol here, which will bring up your favorites. That's all your radio presets off to the right. Then you have Tune, FM, AM, and XM. You do get 3 months free XM radio with every new Toyota. If you go channel 57, tune to channel, it'll bring it up for you on the right side. If you like this station, you want to hit the heart button, and then it'll put it over on your preset list. Down here, you can go channel by channel. You can pause it and back it up if you missed a song. And then you can even hit notify me, and if you like the artist or the song, you can check mark it, and it'll tell you if it's playing on any XM station. Then if you hit back, you have FM, AM, and XM. This is for finding music. So say you're looking for XM music and you want rock music, it'll tell you all the rock stations right here. Then the phone tab here will just connect to your Bluetooth, Apple CarPlay, and Android Auto, so you have all your phone contacts. The little vehicle information here, you can do some climate control stuff up on the screen. You can do heated seats, cooled seats, and heated steering wheel up on the screen. Trip information will show ranged empty and miles per gallon that you're getting. Energy flow, since this is a hybrid, it'll show you what the hybrid components are doing as you're driving. And then vehicle alert, if anything's wrong with the vehicle, it'll tell you on this screen. And then at the bottom, you have your settings tab. You You can log into your profile, adjust the date and time, make all kinds of different vehicle customizations. Up above, you do have map light. This will turn all the lights in the vehicle on. And then the one that says door, if it's pushed in, anytime you open a door, the lights will come on. Off to the left side here, you can open and close the sunshade for the panoramic roof. Then next to it, you have your SOS Safety Connect button. So if you flip this down, if you were to get like a flat tire, have some sort of emergency, you can push this button. It'll call Toyota and then they can send help your way. It does have a nice little cover there so you don't bump it. Then this vehicle does have a digital rear view mirror. So if you want a camera out the back, you can have it that way. Or if you flip this forward, it'll just be a regular mirror. If you have the camera active, over here you can make adjustments like moving it up and down, left and right, tilting, zoom in, whatever you want to do. And then this vehicle does have home link, so you have 1, 2, and 3 different garage door openers. And if you push the button here, it'll actually walk you through a little video on how to sync up your remote. Behind the steering wheel, you have the wipers. If you go up to mist, it'll do one swipe and then back to off. This vehicle does have auto windshield wipers, so if you put it on auto, anytime it detects raindrops on the windshield, it'll wipe automatically. You can adjust the sensitivity for the auto wipers right here. Then you have low, then you have high. If you pull this lever towards you, it'll spray and clean the front windshield. And then you can do delayed and on for the back wiper. Over here you have the headlights, so you can go all the way down to daytime running lights off, so no lights at all. Most people leave it on auto all the time. They'll turn on and off on their own. Then there's park lights and headlights. You can go forward for high beam, back for low beam. On the right side of the steering wheel, you have mode, which will go through all your sources, AM, FM, XM, Bluetooth. Then above it, you have these arrows that'll go through your favorite radio station presets. Or if you're listening to like Amazon Music, you can do next song and back a song. This vehicle does have adaptive cruise control, which basically means if you're driving down the highway with the cruise control set and you come up on a car that's going any slower, it'll sense that car automatically, slow down, and match their speed. To set that, you just get to the speed you want to set it at and push this top left button. It'll say set at 70 miles per hour up on the dash. If you want to increase it to 72, you can go 1, 2. If you want to decrease it, you can go 1, 2. You can hit cancel or tap the brake to cancel the cruise control. You do have a zone selector right here, so you can actually choose 4, 3, 2, and 1 zones. That's how close it'll follow the car in front of you. And if you don't like the adaptive cruise control, you can actually hit the mode button here, and it'll switch between adaptive and then regular cruise control where it won't slow you down. This vehicle also has lane trace assist, which basically means if you're driving down the highway with the cruise control set, it'll look ahead at the lines in front of you and try to keep the vehicle perfectly centered. If you don't like that, you can turn it off right here. Then over here, you've got the volume control for the radio. You can turn up and down. Below that, you have voice command button. Tune to XM channel 57.
Tuning to Sirius XM channel 57.
The up, down, left, and right arrow is for customizing your center display. If you push the right arrow, you'll see at the bottom it'll go through screen 1, screen 2, and screen 3, and then you can customize each one. To do that, you just hold down the OK button. You'll see a little pop-up there. Then you can go over to the left side, customize it. You can customize the middle, and then you can customize the right side. And then once you have it where you want it, you just hit the back button, and it'll kick out of there and be set. Then you can just go through screen 1, screen 2, and screen 3. The phone above it is for answering phone calls. You can hit it to answer, hit it again to hang up. And then this is like a clear button. So if you get like a notification up on the screen, you can hit that and it'll clear it. On the left side of the steering wheel, you have your automatic high beams, which means if you're driving down the highway at night with your high beams on and you meet a car and forget to dim them, it can sense their headlights for you and dim it automatically. If you like that feature, you want it lit up like that. This actually has washers for the headlights, so if you push that, it'll spray the headlights and clean them off. Then this vehicle does have like a heating pad underneath the windshield wipers. So in the wintertime, you can actually heat up the wipers so they don't freeze to the windshield as easily. Over here, you have an up and down arrow that will adjust the gauge brightness. And then next to it, you can go through odometer, trip A and trip B. Down here, you have a power lift gate. So if you hold it for like 2 seconds, it'll open. Then if you hold it again, it'll close. And then this will open your fuel door. Finally, on the driver door, you have all 4 window controls. They are all one-touch auto up and down. So if you give it a quick push, it'll roll all the way down. And then if you lift up on it real quick, it'll go all the way up. Above that, you have the window locks. So if you activate that, nobody in the vehicle can open or close the windows. Then you can lock and unlock the doors. If you want to adjust the mirrors, you just spin this dial to the left, move the left mirror around, spin it to the right, move the right mirror around, and then if you put it back in the center, if you bump it, it won't go anywhere. Then this vehicle does have power folding mirrors. So if you push it all the way back towards you, the mirrors will fold in and stay folded in. If you push it all the way forward, they will stay out all the time. And then if you put it in the middle on A for auto, anytime you get out of the car and lock the doors, the mirrors will fold in. Then this vehicle does have memory seats. So you have set, seat 1, and seat 2. So if you get your seat and your side mirrors right where you like them, you can push set 1, it'll beep, and then number 1 will be saved. So if your seat gets out of position, you can just hit number 1, and it'll go right back to where you like it. And that should be all the buttons on this 2025 Toyota Crown Signia Limited. If you found this video helpful, please hit that subscribe button. Thank you.